pork loin, about 2 pounds of a pork loin, $1.89 a pound, best value in the protein department, in my opinion. And we're going to cut these to kebab size chunks, which is kind of about 1 inch thick chop. Make sure your knife is nice and sharp. And then you just kind of cube them up. You don't have to be precise about it. But you're looking for chunks about like that. Alright, we have Liz, who's the hand model and also the architect of our marinade. Thank you. So we're doing about 1/4 cup of EVOO, extra virgin olive oil, 2 tablespoons of a balsamic vinegar, not like a white wine or a red wine or apple cider vinegar. It's balsamic, very important. A little sweeter, a little richer. And now we're doing roughly 2 cloves of chopped garlic. And we've got roughly 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh parsley. So you can tell there's a freshness to this. We're going to do a little bit of rosemary, maybe half a teaspoon, and you crush that up. It releases the oils. Otherwise, it doesn't release the oils. Duh. And then a little bit of spice. We like a little spice in our life. I'd put a little more in, just for me. Thank you. And now we're going to do just a touch of salt, touch of pepper. And you know what? I'm looking at the amount of meat to that ratio-wise. I don't think that's enough, do you? I think we add a little red wine to it. What do you think of a little red wine?
We'll do more vinegar.
Okay.
We added more meat. So.
Yeah, what happened was is I ended up doing about another pound of meat if I'm firing up the grill. Yeah, that looks about right.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I agree. Put a little more.
A little salt.
Teeny more salt in.
A little pepper. That's French for pepper.
And a little more rosemary.
A little more rosemary because we increased the fluids.
This is real cooking here.
Real cooking. This is called cooking. This ain't no recipe. So that really smells good. So now we have our pork that we put into a Ziploc bag. And Liz is going to pour that into the bag. And then we're going to zip her up and kind of mush it around a little bit. We're going to put it in the fridge for roughly 30 minutes. That's the minimum amount of time. And then we'll come right back to assemble the vegetable portion of the kebabs. Alright, so we don't do vegetables with meat because of the density issue. So we're going to do peppers. And even when you do the vegetables, you try to match them up with the same density. Like tomatoes, I'm going to do totally separately because they'll cook like real quick. We just want to warm those through. So it's going to be peppers, onions, and mushrooms. And it should be delicious. And with the onions, you kind of break them up a little bit. You want them to cook through. You don't smush them together because that makes them too dense, and we'll talk about the meat here in a second too. Same situation. Alright, so we've done the veggies. Now it's time to do the pork, and we do all the meat individually. We don't mix it with the vegetables, and it's not because of cross-contamination. It's because it has a totally different cooking time, and you don't smush the meat together because that creates too much density and it doesn't cook at the same time. You want to just get them there, let them touch, and there you go. So kind of boring stuff, but that's the way you put together the pork portion of the kebab. Alright, here we are set up for indirect heat with a traditional hickory log in the middle, coals on the other side, and we've got a storm coming in, so I'm going to be stacking this, putting the lid on. I've got an umbrella over this, which ought to be fine in terms of keeping things from getting blown out, for lack of a better word. So what we're going to do is kind of indirect smoke these a little bit to kind of give them that flavor of the wood. And then we've got the vegetables out here as well. Got the little guy there. And then what we're going to do is put the vegetables on here in a little bit because they won't take as much time to cook as the pork. So we'll be right back. You can see that the kebabs are cooking nicely. Kind of hot. Ouch. Smoked. Still got plenty of coals. And what we're going to do now is put the veggies, as we hear thunder rolling in. So if you see a flash and I'm gone, I'm electrocuted. This will keep it nice and moist. But we're going to put this on top. And then we're going to finish it off over indirect to give it some texture. Alright, it's been about, I don't know, 5 minutes or so, 5 to 7. Trying to get a little smoky flavor. And now we're going to put the veggies over the direct coals. We're just doing that to give them a little flavor and obviously texture and to get them cooked up a little bit. You have to be a grill master to get right over the flames like this and not get burnt. It's a skill. And then not get electrocuted. That's kind of important too. If you guys knew the danger I've put myself in tonight, there's been lightning flashes to my left and right, but I got to do this for Barbecue My Way, for my peeps at Barbecue My Way. So anyway, we're going to turn the veggies. My wife is going to shift those. My wife's going to get mad at me because I'm using probably a very nice pad thing, heating, or never mind, whatever. You guys get it. So now we've got the tomatoes. We just want to kind of roast those up, kind of warm them up. Pile the pork on top too. So now everything's going to kind of cook together. It's going to spread the moistness out. It's going to be very tasty. So we'll be right back. Hear that thunder? Wasn't kidding you. We be done. Yeah, exactly. I'm doing this for you guys. And if I drop dead, you all better show up at my funeral. Holy crap. Here I'm taking pictures. Got your equipment all around me, cameras, tripods. I'm sure that this is not a smart thing to be doing. Before I get struck by lightning, I'll serve it up inside. Yep, there's warning sirens going off. Ciao. Alright, the veggies, Lizzo. Oh, getting a little olive oil. Primarily the veggies. The meat already has the marinade. We'll salt and pepper them, and we'll plate it. Yum yum. These tomatoes are nice and moist. They'll give a little moistness to the whole dish. We're just serving it on little couscous. So we'll be right back.